Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle FtW, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Vanguard video. Today we're back to another episode of Blueprint Review. This is episode 178, and so we're taking a look at the brand new Awakened Alpha Blueprint for the Bren, which you guys can see right here. Now, as you guys can see, it is still aesthetically very similar to the Mastercraft. Obviously, it doesn't look as good because, well, it's not the Mastercraft itself. But one of the very cool things about this blueprint is that if we shoot it, you guys can see that the barrel of the weapon is actually having like this effect, which sounds really, really cool. And it sort of has this whoom, whoom noise whenever you shoot it, which is very, very awesome, just like the original blueprint. So anyways, hopefully we jump into the gameplay and do well. The Bren is actually a pretty solid LMG within this game, and I'm pretty excited to give it a go here, so I'll see you guys all in the gameplay. Alright guys, so welcome into the game. We are playing some kill confirmed here on the map Mayhem. Hopefully we can do well. Now, after using this blueprint for a little bit, you do have to play very defensive with it. It's not very good for rushing, so it's just very slow. I think it's just the barrel that they put on it. The barrel is I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a barrel that reduces the sprint to fire time, movement speed, and aim down sight speed. And on an LMG, that's not what you want. That's really not ideal. If you want to move with the LMG, though. I mean, if you plan on camping with the LMG, then, you know, those type of attachments are really good for it. But if you plan on rushing, you're going to be kind of disappointed with it. But I'm not doing too bad so far. Is Mayhem my new gameplay map? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll find out. Because if this turns out to be gameplay, it would be 2 gameplays in 2 episodes of Blueprint Review, which again, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the video is all about the weapon, and I don't really care at all about if we play repeat maps. But again, as you guys can see, I'm playing very, very, very defensive, which is unlike me, but, you know, that's also kind of the fun part about Blueprint Review series, is that it forces me to play maybe a little bit different than I normally would.
This is no longer an option.
Let's go ahead and grab these tags. As long as we keep our sights up very soon after we move, we should be okay. Oh, damn, got killed by a bar. That's unfortunate. Wow, that was scary. But at least we got him. Okay, back behind. What the frick? What just happened? I am so confused. Shot in the back.
Hostile recon spotted.
Come on. Where's everybody at? Okay, back to the short scope. Just I have no idea where anyone is. It's kind of scary. Damn it, man. Come on. Let's not start dying a whole bunch. Gotta stay consistent. Thank you. Careful. My gosh. How did you know? How did you know I was there? He probably has that completely broken perk, whatever it's called. We just keep dying, man. We just keep dying. We had a really great start. And then I decided to move too much. Come on. Ah, the bar. The bar is so good. It does so much damage. very hard to beat out the bar. Okay. Go back this way. And there's nobody over here. Okay. So maybe over here? Nice. Dang it. Again, I have no idea how we're doing. I think we're still doing okay. Why? See, again, you can't do that. You cannot do that with this blueprint. You have to play way more defensive than that. That's my bad. Okay. Oh, we only got one. There was 3. Only got 1. Nice. Where is everyone? Okay, time to go back to the middle. I like being in the middle. That means I can hold a lot of angles. I did see that guy over there. I feel bad for camping, but you have to. Like, you literally have to camp. We are embracing the camping full swing. We are embracing the camping full swing. Okay. My teammates are going in. Good job, teammates. Fair play. Nice try. God, I feel so cheap right now. I feel so cheap. But this thing... And then we die. Damn. Of course we do. The second I move, we're dead. Okay, I'm going to use the pistol and I'm going to try and redeem myself a little. Come on. Come on. Please peek. You know you want to. Beautiful. Another guy down. Wow. Oh, man. Oh my gosh. We're somehow managing to get a solid gameplay. We have 50 kills. What the hell? I wasn't even paying attention and we have 50 freaking kills. That's kind of stupid. Well, you know what, guys? Again, I do apologize that we're playing so campy, but you know what? I will, but you have to play how the blueprint is made. You know, if I try to rush with this, like I do with an SMG or an AR or anything like that, this would have been a horrible gameplay. And as you guys saw in the middle of the gameplay there, when I was trying to rush with this thing, we were just dying over and over and over again. It was very difficult to get a good gameplay, but once we camped with it, how the blueprint was intended to be used, we started doing well. So you know, that's just how it is sometimes, I guess. I mean, if this is your first video watching me here on the channel, just know that this is not my normal playstyle. I usually rush like an absolute madman, and I never ever play like this. But you know what, guys, that is going to do it for this video. We managed to get a very solid gameplay there. 56 elims, 11 confirms, probably around 10, 15 deaths or so. So I would say that is a pretty solid gameplay and definitely above that 4KD gameplay. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay. So you guys all in 2 seconds to go ahead and review the blueprint. Alright guys, welcome into the lobby. We're taking a look here at the Awakened Alpha blueprint for the Bren. So let's go ahead and get into the review. Starting off here with the first attachment, we have ourselves the Mercury Silencer. For the barrel, we have the Queen's 775 meter Scepter. For the optic, we have the M38 Slate 2.5 times custom. For the stock, we have the Oak and Shield 12B. For the underbarrel, we have the M1941 hand stop. For the mag, we have the 303 British 100 round drum. For the ammo type, we have lengthened. For the rear grip, we have the polymer grip. For the proficiency, we have tight grip. And finally, for the kit, we have fully loaded. So now that is all out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about the aesthetic, the practicality, and the worth of the blueprint. And then we'll jump into whether or not the bundle is worth it. So starting off here with the aesthetic, I actually like how this blueprint looks. It looks a little bit similar to the Mastercraft that we used in the last video, except it obviously doesn't. The aesthetic that they kind of went for with this blueprint is to be sort of like the scales of Godzilla on the weapon. Instead of the weapon actually being Godzilla itself, it's just the scales, and it looks pretty cool. Obviously, again, it doesn't look as good as the Mastercraft. Why would it? It's the secondary blueprint of the bundle, not the main focus of the bundle. So, you know, but it still looks really cool and definitely fits with the theme of the bundle. So I'm going to go ahead and give this blueprint aesthetic-wise a 8 out of 10. And then next for the practicality, is this a practical blueprint? Actually, yes, it is practical, and let me explain that a little bit more. So it's practical for a specified playstyle. If you're a very rush-heavy player like I am, this is definitely not a practical class for you. But if you are a very defensive player, you like defending objectives, you just like being a camper in TDM, that is a good class. It's a very solid class. There's a lot of really good attachments to it, but also some not so good attachments for it. So, I mean, as far as the camper goes, it's a very solid class. The only thing I might change would be the optic, and that goes for both the rushing and the camping class as well. With this specific blueprint is that if you're going to rush with it, you definitely need to change the optic a little bit, but if you're going to camp with it, then this one's just fine. But I would also maybe change it to maybe the G16 2.5 times, or maybe something different. But as for me and my personal playstyle with rushing and everything like that, it's not the greatest class ever. I would have liked to have some things switched around, like maybe instead of the polymer grip, maybe have the fabric grip, and maybe instead of the M1941 hand stop, you have something like the SMLE pistol grip. But again, you know, that would be more of a biased review of the blueprint. But is the blueprint good? Are you going to get good gameplays with it? Most likely, yes. I mean, that gameplay that you guys just watched was a 56 and 15 gameplay, which is way above a 4. So, you know, you're capable of getting good gameplay with it, but you do have to camp, which might turn people away from this blueprint. So in order to be perfectly fair, I'm going to go ahead and give the practicality a 5 out of 10 to be fair, because, you know, a 5 out of 10 means that it's average right in the middle, which means it's good for some people, bad for others. And for me personally, this blueprint would be kind of a bad one for me because of how aggressive of a player I am. But I could easily switch some things around, make it a much better blueprint, keeping that aesthetic the best that I can, and then be able to rush with it. So, you know, you can interchange some things, but, you know, I think a 5 out of 10 is definitely fair because, you know, it applies to both playstyles differently. And then last but not least, is this blueprint worth using? In Warzone, I think it would probably be a better option, better class. I don't know because I haven't tested it out in Warzone, but it seems like it would be a good Warzone class, especially because it's got, you know, a barrel that's very focused around recoil control and accuracy and flinch resistance, so a lot of really positive things. Obviously, that changes within Warzone, but I think this would be a better Warzone class, to be honest with you guys, than a multiplayer class. But it's not a bad blueprint. I can definitely see myself using it, especially to rank up my Bren with. I mean, for example, I'd probably put this attachment on, and then maybe change around the optic, probably put on the slate reflector, and then that probably would be the extent of it. That's probably all I would change, and then I would change this as well. Boom. And now we have a much better class, and I might try this out, see if it's any good, but obviously that's not the point of this video. But is it worth using? Well, that definitely depends. If you're a very defensive player, then it's definitely worth using as well. But again, for me, I'll change some things around and then it'll be worth it for me to use. And it looks cool. It's a rare blueprint, especially when you shoot it. I really like the coil electric effect. So I think it's a cool blueprint. So I'm going to give the worth an 8 out of 10. So factoring everything in, this blueprint is going to be getting a solid even 7 out of 10, which I think is definitely a fair score. It's a good blueprint. It looks good. It can be fun to use, but the only thing that is an issue with it is the practicality, which is not the best thing. But, and guys, that's going to do it for another episode of Blueprint Review. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the whether or not the bundle is worth it. So let's go ahead and get into that. So starting off here with the very first thing, I'll go ahead and throw the bundle up on screen so you guys can see everything, including the Godzilla skin, the Godzilla blueprint, Mastercraft blueprint, and everything else that comes with it. So is this worth it? Well, if you want to get those special rewards for the, for this event, then definitely it's worth it because you have to buy it to get all three to get the last blueprint. But is this bundle worth buying just in general? I would say absolutely yes. The skin alone is very, very awesome. The Mastercraft blueprint is super cool. Definitely is worth using. I gave that blueprint a 9.6 out of 10. And even the Bren isn't that bad. Again, you can change some very, very minor details to the class and it becomes much better, much more rusher friendly, and overall becomes a pretty solid gameplay or very solid weapon. It's also a limited time bundle, which means it will not be coming back into the store. I can't express that enough. It will not be coming back into the store. So either you buy it during the event or you never get to get it. So it's a very rare blueprint, very unique blueprint, and that's definitely a rare bundle and everything like that, which is definitely a factor if you want to buy something. Especially for me, I bought this without even a question because number one, for YouTube, I thought it would do well as a video in general, but I also thought the bundle was absolutely amazing, so I definitely wanted to purchase it. So I would say the bundle is absolutely worth it. The only reason that I can't see it being worth it is if you don't play Vanguard very much, but again, if you don't play Vanguard very much, then you probably wouldn't be curious about the bundles within this game. So I would say it's worth it, but again, that comes up to personal preference and your financial situation, of course. But anyway, guys, that's what we're going to do it for another episode of Blueprint Review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, a like and always appreciated. If you want to check out any of my other previous episodes of this series, they will all be down below playlist in the description. Also, the previous episode will be at the end of the video as well. So you guys all on another Call of Duty Vanguard video very soon.